fire, sir?
From the palace.
Oh, thank you. Would you like to make...
Sorry, no comment.
What is it done?
Dear, it's also...
From the palace, Lady Edith. Shall I take it to Lady Slane?
But she's alone with Father.
Then perhaps his lordship?
Oh, Herbert. That's all right, Parker. I'll take it. From the King and Queen.
I have been expecting that.
You can hardly squeeze through the hall for flowers. It's just like a wedding. I mean, it...
Are those dreadful journalists still blocking the entrance?
I believe so. Oh, I wonder if they'd like some tea.
Let me see their Majesty's message, Edith.
But, Herbert, it's addressed to Mother.
I am sure it is intended for us all.
I do think she ought to see it first, don't you? I'll run it up to her.
Perhaps I had better.
I don't mind, really.
Isn't Mother wonderful? She's so calm, so controlled.
She always has been.
Of course, there is always a chance that your mother will give way to grief later.
Perhaps I'd better go up. Dear Deborah is so young.
Be quiet, Mabel. Do sit down.
There's so much to decide, and delays are so costly.
Mother won't depend on us, William. She's a wonderful woman. But decisions have always been made for her.
Father never gave her the chance.
Really, Kay? Nobody can replace Father.
When you say depend, Carrie, do you mean financially?
My dear William, with father scarcely cold.
Our concern is naturally for your mother's welfare, Herbert.
First things first, there are the funeral arrangements to be made. Whether mother wants the Abbey or father's old parish church in Huddersfield. Personally, I prefer Huddersfield.
You wouldn't be seen dead in Huddersfield, Herbert. Oh, I didn't mean...
If you will be good enough to give me the Majesty's letter, Edith.
He gave instructions that when he came to die, the house should not be darkened.
Ah, Mother, how are you feeling? Deborah is not tiring you.
Of course not, dear. I'm very glad of her company.
This message has just come from the palace. Would you like me to read it to you?
Thank you, dear, but I can still read for myself.
Well, Mother, what does it say?
Well, you know, dear, the usual sort of things.
The usual. Of course, when you're feeling more yourself, Mother.
I'm not an invalid, Herbert. Perhaps you'd ring the bell before you go down.
Certainly, certainly. You rest, and we shall wait until you are ready to make decisions. There's no hurry at all. Deborah can stay with you.
If she would like to.
You know I would, great-grandmother.
I'll leave you for a bit, then. Perhaps a little later we could discuss the arrangements. Only if you feel up to it, of course.
Of course. Thank you, dear. Come, mon éléphant. Comme toujours.
Milady rang?
Yes, you know, would you bring us some tea? I think the kitchen will be very busy with everybody downstairs.
Bien sûr, milady. It will be good to leave the poor milord for a while. He will not want for you to fatigue yourself.
No, Chanou. He never wanted me to be fatigued.
Few of our statesmen so distinguished themselves as our viceroy in India, and as Prime Minister he overcame the difficulties that beset the nation with characteristic good sense. His advice, his judgment, his humour, and his sportsmanship will be sorely missed, and we join with you in mourning the passing of an old and valued friend to us and to the country.
How nice of them.
Nice, Edith.
Mother didn't seem very impressed.
You know, she never shows much emotion.
Oh, she's coping wonderfully.
It's a generous tribute. I only wish they'd been more generous when Father was alive.
But they did make him an Earl and a Knight of the Garter, you know.
What William means, Kay, is that if the state had shown its gratitude to your father in more tangible terms.
How old are you, Lavinia? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I interrupt? I was just trying to work out what the total of all our ages must be. We Hollands alone, from Herbert down to Kay, must add up to, over 300. And when you think that Mother is 85...
That'll do, Edith. You may be interested to know, William, that Father discussed the whole matter of income with me. Indeed, I may say he took me entirely into his confidence.
Really? Since Mother and I managed most of his affairs and Edith wrote all his letters.
As you know, Father was not a rich man.
And most of his income dies with him, of course.
Quite. Leaving Mother with an income of 500 a year.
Net or gross?
Net.
One can manage on 500.
I suppose, since you were in his confidence, Herbert, Father didn't happen to mention the jewels, did he?
He did.
And, Herbert?
He has seen fit to leave them unconditionally to Mother.
Ah. Well, in that case, Mother will surely want to sell them, and quite right, too. Why should she keep a lot of useless jewels lying in the bank? No, properly handled, they should fetch several £1,000s, wouldn't you say?
Isn't it rather early to talk about...
Be quiet,
selling
Mabel.
us?
This is a family matter. More important than the jewels or the income is where Mother is to live. Clearly, she cannot be left alone.
Oh, certainly not. What would people think of us?
In any case, she could not afford to keep this house on 500 a year. It must be sold, but where is she to go? As the eldest, I feel it is my duty to ask Mother to make her home with us.
That's all very well, Herbert, but wonderful though Mother is.
You know, you keep saying that. As if you expected her to rant and rave and froth up the mouth.
Don't be silly, Kay. Mother has never had much grasp of the world as it really is.
She's not one of those clever women, thank God. Mother has always allowed others to make decisions for her. And now that Father has gone...
I suppose, since I have always lived at home, that I should really bear the brunt.
Brunt, Edith? I'm sure we shall all regard it as a privilege to look after Mother. Brunt is an entirely unsuitable expression.
Oh, dear, when you say it like that, Carrie, I'm not even sure what it means.
Well, if Edith is good enough to offer...
We should all bear our share.
Not much room in my little place, you know. And since Edith isn't married...
Oh, nor are you, Kay. Not that that has anything to do with the matter. You can always get rid of some of your collection, can't you?
Why, astrolabes!
I don't mind, really I don't. Of course, I had hoped one day to move into a little place of my own.
None of us would wish to take advantage of your unselfishness, dear Edith. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say that it would make the most sense if Mother were to stay with each of us, in turn.
Quite right, quite right.
Of course, despite our limited income, Lavinia and I would always be happy to welcome Mother. But at the same time, I think it fair to come to some financial arrangement.
What on earth do you mean?
I was thinking of Mother, of saving her any embarrassment. A couple of pounds, perhaps.
Or guineas?
Isn't it rather delicate to talk about?
Quite right, Mabel. I don't think there should be any discussion of this unpleasant subject until after the funeral. If we devote the energy we are currently wasting on trifles to deciding the immediate questions, such as where Father is to be buried, who is to be invited, and when it shall be, but where are you going, Kay?
I have an engagement.
An engagement? When Father lies dead and Mother has only us to rely on?
Well, of course, if you think I ought to
let
stay...
him go.
Right. Right.
Sorry you're going, Kay.
Oh, yes, I think I should go. Get some dinner. Cook will have enough to do. But I'll come back later, if you think I should.
No, Kay, of course not.
Thank you, Parker. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good. I mean, they'll settle everything, won't they? With or without me.
I shall miss you, that's all. Where are you going?
Only to the club. Dinner with old Fitz.
You go home and change. I'll look after Mother.
My brother will no doubt give a proper interview later on. My mother's a very strong woman. She under the circumstances. The comments, thank you.
There was a time when I longed to be a boy, because boys could go, well, they were encouraged to go where they liked, to have adventures, whereas girls, all we were fit for was marriage. No, I'm not going to think about that. No, I'm going to save that luxury for later.
Would you like to talk about him, great-grandmother?
What, dear?
I don't see why, just because he's dead, we should stop ourselves mentioning great-grandfather, do you?
Oh, no. No, no, no.
The most courteous person I ever met.
Yes, he was. And a truly civilized, no, even rarer, a truly adult mind.
And absolutely charming,
Yes.
irresistible.
Yes, you know, someone once told me that he hindered himself as a politician by always seeing both sides of a case. His officials would set out the advantages of two opposing policies, and he would write yes at the bottom. And yet he could get to the heart of an argument quicker than anyone.
Did he listen to you?
How do you mean, dear?
I mean, listen. Actually listen to what you had to say.
He was a wonderful listener.
Are we disturbing you, Mother?
No, dear, of course not. We've been having a most interesting conversation.
Good, good. Now, do you feel up to making a decision about something which cannot, I fear, be put off much longer?
And what is that, dear?
Perhaps you and I had better discuss it alone, Mother. Mabel, would you take Deborah?
The car is waiting to take us home, dear, if you'd like to come down with me.
Of course.
Sad that your parents cannot make it back in time for the funeral, but there we are. One never knows.
Goodbye, great-grandmother.
And thank you for keeping me company, Deborah.
Is there anything you'd like? Something to eat or drink?
Thank you, Mabel. You leave me in good hands.
Now, Mother, as to where Father should be buried, of course the decision is entirely yours.
Yes, dear.
You're absolutely free to choose between Huddersfield, who said how honored they'd be, or the Abbey, or to settle on somewhere else.
And what is your opinion, dear?
Well, of course, Mother, Huddersfield has much to commend it. But I am bound to say that since Father's ties with it have been broken for so long.
Of course.
So, what do you think?
What do you think, dear?
No, Mother. I think on this occasion the decision must be yours.
Very well, dear. The Abbey, you say?
Of course, it would be a great honor. The crowning honor of Father's life, in a manner of speaking.
I think the Abbey would be very nice, dear.
Are you quite sure?
Quite.
Very well. I'll make the necessary arrangements. Shall we say the end of the week?
That would be quite all right as far as I'm concerned, Herbert.
Now you have nothing more to concern yourself about, at least until afterwards. One thing at a time, eh? Isn't that what Father used to say?
No, dear. But never mind.
Evening, Fitzgeorge.
No late, Holland. 2 minutes.
Dear me, so I am. Well, we'd better go straight in then, hadn't we?
Do you really think she wants to be treated like a precious vase?
What do you mean?
You know, as if she was so fragile, the least sudden noise would shatter her. She isn't like that. Even Father never treated her like that. How he'd laugh.
Edith.
Oh, I don't mean at you, Carrie, but at some of the others. I mean, William and Lavinia wanting Mother as a sort of paying guest.
Really? Those two think of nothing but saving money. I'm quite surprised they haven't collected the fallen fruit from the garden to make into jam.
Janou wouldn't let them, I'm sure of that.
I don't know what we're going to do about Janou.
But she's been with Mother all her life.
Yes, but if Mother lives with each of us in turn, will Janou be needed? Not that I want to sound like Goneril in King Lear before you accuse me of it, Edith, but we shall have to give the matter some serious thought.
Do you think I shall be able to get a little flat on my own?
Why not?
With my own latchkey, where I can sit in my own sitting room and read books by the fire.
I find this far too much to do for self-indulgence, but if that's the way you choose to spend your time...
Oh, I shan't waste my time, Carrie. But after all these years of answering Father's letters and adding up the household accounts, taking Father for a walk and accompanying Mother when she opens a new ward...
She won't want to give up all her charitable works, but I shall assist her. She enjoys our outings.
Of course, I shall do my share.
Oh, Edith.
Do you have to go?
Well, I have a home of my own to attend to. You're not afraid of being left in the house, surely?
With a dead father and a live mother. No, but it is rather strange.
I'll return first thing in the morning.
For more wrangling?
I'm not aware of having wrangled with anybody.
No, I didn't mean wrangling, but it's just as if we were all dogs fighting over Mother like a very old bone.
Edith.
I'm no better than anyone else, I know that. Oh, well, I shall go and see to Mother. I've just thought. I'll be able to have a canary, won't I?
Might be worth 50 guineas, if what you claim is true.
Claim? What do you mean, claim? I've forgotten more about porcelain than you'll ever learn, and I say it is Sèvres.
With all respect, old man, I think it's fake. You can tell by the pattern.
Have you ever known me wrong, Holland? Who was it who found the Donatello in a basement in the Tottenham Court Road?
Nobody admires your collection more than I do, Fitzgeorge. But we can all be wrong sometimes.
Why don't you stick to those astrolabes of yours? Though, why a man who doesn't like the sea and can't stand heights should waste his time collecting navigational instruments defeats me.
Coffee?
All right. Have a brandy.
Brandy? No, I don't think so.
Nonsense. You're looking tired, Holland, a bit droopy. Not quite as spruce as usual. Brandy's what you need, so don't make a fuss. Now, look here, Holland,
Taxi, sir.
What I wanted to say was,
Taxi, Mr. Holland, sir.
Taxi? What's he want to waste his money on a taxi for? Nothing wrong with his legs, is there?
It's all right, Simmons. I'll walk since it's such a fine evening.
Very good, Mr. Holland, sir.
Well, Fitzgeorge.
Sorry to hear about your father, Holland.
Yes. Thank you. Most kind.
Well, perhaps someday you take me to call on Lady Slane.
Yes. Yes, of course. If you care to.
I would.
Well, good night, Fitzgeorge. Good night to you.
Good night.
that all went as your father would have wished, don't you?
Wasn't it funny to see the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition being so pally over the coffin? Well, I didn't mean...
Very good of the royal princes, I thought, Mother, and the Duke of Gloucester.
Very. Now, I'm sure that you'd all like something to drink. So, Parker, will you...
At once, my lady.
If you will excuse me, I think I'll go upstairs for a little while.
You've been an inspiration to us all, Mother. We've all admired your strength and courage these last few painful days. The way you've decided what needed to be done.
But you've done all that for me, haven't you, my dears? Jeanette had all your father's shirts laundered, Herbert, but I don't know what you'd like me to do with his other things. It seems a pity to give them to Parker, especially as they won't fit.
Must we concern ourselves with that now, Mother?
Mr. William and Mrs. Holland, my lady.
Oh, William, dear.
Mother.
Lavinia.
Sorry we're so late.
We'll ring for tea later, thank you, Parker.
Very good, my lady.
Mother dear, we have had some discussions. That is, we are all concerned for your future.
But you've decided that for me, Herbert, dear, haven't you?
Well, decided it for you, Mother dear. Decided is hardly the word. We have talked over a little scheme which we wanted to put to you. We realize, of course, that you would not wish to be parted from your many interests and occupations.
One moment, dear. What was that about my interest and occupation?
Oh, come now, Mother. Herbert means your committees, your Battersea Club for Poor Women, your Unfortunate Sisters Organisation.
Oh, yes.
Well, they could scarcely manage without you. After all, you founded many of them and have been the life of so many others. As one who's frequently attended meetings with you, I know how reluctant you would be to abandon them.
Besides, dear Lady Slane, you would surely be bored with nothing to do. You were so active and energetic.
What must be realized is that your income will scarcely suffice to maintain a house of the size you have been used to. What we therefore propose is that if you were to put this house on the market and then divide your time between us all...
That's very thoughtful of you, Herbert. If you would be so kind as to put the house in the hands of the agent.
I knew you would agree, Mother dear, but you mustn't feel hurried. No doubt it'll take a little time before a buyer is found. Mabel and I will expect you whenever you find it convenient.
But wait, dear, you go a little fast. I don't agree.
You don't agree, Mother, dear?
No, I'm not going to live with you, Carrie, nor with you, Herbert, nor with any of you, kind though you all are. I'm going to live by myself.
Impossible. What will people say?
And where do you propose to live on your own, Mother?
Hampstead.
Hampstead?
Not exactly a fashionable area. Hardly the place for father's
Couple of
widget.
good antique shops.
Think of the travelling expense.
It is quite out of the way, dear Lady Slane.
Really? We're talking as if the whole thing was settled. Mother can't possibly come to a decision without...
I know the very house.
But, Mother, dear, you haven't been to Hampstead.
30 years ago. I saw it then. Janou could manage it single-handed with the help of a char and such a dear little garden with peach trees.
Perfect.
It was to let when I saw it, but of course your father wouldn't have liked that. I even remembered the name of the agent.
What was it?
A funny name, Carrie. Perhaps that's why I remembered it. Bucktrout. Gervais Bucktrout. It seemed to go so well with the house.
Oh, I think it sounds too delicious. Peaches and bucktrout.
Thank you, Mabel. Of course, Mother dear, the decision is entirely yours. If you have made up your mind to this eccentric scheme, then there is nothing more to be said. But Don't you think it'll look a little odd in the eyes of the world that you should choose a solitary retirement in Hampstead rather than living with your devoted children?
I don't think so, Herbert. After all, a great many old ladies live in retirement in Hampstead. Besides, I have considered the eyes of the world for so long that I think I deserve a little holiday from them. After all, when can one please oneself, if not in old age?
Well, Hampstead may be far off and somewhat inconvenient, but if you insist on carrying out this notion of yours, at least we shall see to it that you're never lonely.
Oh, quite right. Quite right.
And if we ourselves cannot come, there are always the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. Well, between us all, you should have at least one daily visitor. I shall make sure of that.
I'm afraid, Carrie, dear, that is another matter about which I have made up my mind.
What is?
I'm going to wallow in old age and be completely self-indulgent.
In what way, dear Lady Slane?
No grandchildren. They're too young. Not one of them has reached 45. And no great-grandchildren. That would be worse. I want no strenuous young people who are not content just to do a thing, but they have to know why they do it.
Well, who'd have thought it?
Before I forget, ring the bell, Herbert. I've taken all the jewels out of the bank. You and Mabel had better have them. I wanted to give them to Mabel years ago, but your father said I must be able to deck myself out for grand occasions. Je ne vous avez les bijoux.
But of course I have them, milady. Does milady think I would not guard her trésor? Shall I fetch them?
If you would, Jeannot.
Bien sûr, milady. But milady remembers that the rings were spécialement donnés par sa pauvre milord.
Have no fear, Jeannot. I know the rings are mine.
This house in Hampstead, Mother, I don't know if it's still vacant.
I telephoned, dear. It's been empty for some little while.
Oh, indeed. Well, I have a little time tomorrow afternoon. Would that suit you?
Thank you, dear, but I've already made an appointment to see it with Mr. Bucktrout.
Oh, indeed. At what time?
Although it's very kind of you to offer, Carrie, I think I will go there alone. Thank you, Jeannot. You may give them to Lady Slane.
Thank you, Herbert. Oh, yes. Beautiful.
Try this on, my dear. I'm sure it'll be most becoming.
Very nice, dear Mabel. Isn't it odd how those Oriental presents were of such poor quality? They're quite yellow, really, those pearls. I never noticed when dear Lady Slane wore them.
Oh, dear Mabel, you will have so much to carry. Mother will have to lend you a portmanteau.
Sure.
We're sailing in September, my dear. All the arrangements are in hand.
Of course, Henry. How long shall we be away?
2 years this time. Might be longer. At least we shall have summer with the children first.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Of course, it's been years since anyone was living here. Last couple died here, as a matter of fact. In the bedroom overlooking the garden.
The one that faces south?
I wouldn't know about that. All I do is come in every day to keep the place clean and tidy. Terrible. The way the plaster keeps falling off the walls. Damp just takes over. It's like a jungle out there. And I was just getting the tea.
Oh, it's quite all right. I've arranged to meet Mr. Bucktrout.
It's the locking up, isn't it?
There's no need for you to wait. I'm sure that he will see to everything.
Oh, sure, Mum. Only I don't want it shrivelled to nothing. Not with bacon the price it is.
Allow me to give you something for your trouble.
Oh, no trouble at all, Mum. My pleasure, Mum. If there's anything further...
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Mr. Bucktrout?
Lady Slane.
About the house.
Ah, yes, the house. One must be businesslike even though the glass is falling.
Is it indeed?
I fear so, I fear so. But about the house. It is a nice house, is it not?
It is a very nice house.
So nice, Lady Slane, that I wouldn't care to let it to everybody. It's my house, you understand. I am the owner as well as the agent. Had I been merely the agent, I would have felt it my duty to let it when I could. I've had many applicants, but I like none of them. That is the reason why it's been empty for so long. You, however, shall see it, Lady Slane.
The caretaker did show...
How wrongly she's named, is she not? She takes no care, whatever. A horrid woman, so harsh, so sordid. Did you give her a tip?
Half a crown.
Pity, pity. Still too late now. What did she show you? Did you see it all? Morning and drawing room.
Yes, I saw that.
Kitchen. Bedroom 1, 2, and 3. Bathroom 1. Mains water. Electric light. And... Ah. Do you care for mushrooms, Lady Slane?
Mr. Bucktrout?
Come into the kitchen. A fine cellar. You could grow some splendid mushrooms down here. Ladies, I find, seldom care for wine, so the cellar might just as well be used for mushrooms. I've never yet met with a lady who troubled to lay down a pipe of port. The garden? Half an acre with ancient fruit trees, including a mulberry.
And peaches.
Oh, peaches indeed. So, Lady Slane, having seen the house from every angle, what do you think of it?
I think it probably would suit me very well.
Ah, yes, but the question is, will you suit it? I think you might. I think you might. And when you're established...
You believe I will be there?
Well, that is my feeling. Is it not yours?
Oh, but Mr. Bucktrout, there are so many complications to be got through first. There are papers to sign and orders to give and carpets and curtains. Oh, would that it were possible to be like the spiders upstairs and moving silently, without fuss.
But we needn't fuss. All that can be overcome. After all, you've remembered this house for 30 years, so you told me. Now, why should that be? And why should I have turned away so many tenants if you and the house weren't meant for one another? I mean, the two things seem to come together, do they not? Converging at a point after describing separate arcs. I am, you see, a great believer in the geometrical designs of destiny. Shall we, Now, are you a mathematician?
No, I fear not.
No, a few ladies are, but I could convince you by a few simple calculations that the world is due to end in 2 years' time. Now, what is the point in making a fuss if that is what destiny has in store?
My own end may come before that, Mr. Bucktrout.
No, I trust not, Lady Slane. But if the subject interests you, I could come to tea with you one day when you're settled in and offer you my demonstration. Of course, if I were only the house's agent, I wouldn't dream of making such a suggestion. It wouldn't be fitting. But being also its owner, I feel that once we've finished all our business, we may meet upon an equal footing.
Indeed, Mr. Bucktrout. I trust that you will visit when you feel inclined.
Lady Slane, you are most gracious.
I'm sure Mother's going to get herself into the most impossible muddle.
I quite agree. When it comes to practical matters.
Hopeless. Of course, she relied to such an extent on me.
It was very good of you, Carrie.
But one cannot really tell somebody of 85 that she's incapable.
She will come round.
Come round to what, Herbert?
What if she does? Who knows what damage might already have been caused?
I mean that left to herself, she'll get into a mess.
Just what I said.
And come to us to get her out of it. Coupled with what people say,
Someone told
her
me.
resignation from all the committees caused some comment, I can tell you. As for going alone to Hampstead...
What if this trout buck gets her into his clutches?
She's hopeless.
You know, I tried to tell her that agents are naturally grasping people, since that is the nature of their profession. All she said was she was quite sure he was not that kind of person.
Did you try to tell her not to come to any agreement? without one of us at least looking it over for her.
My dear William, when you've spent as much time with Mother as I have, you'd know how hopeless it is trying to make her see things sensibly. I sometimes think she lives in a world of her own.
Even she can't believe that business is based on philanthropy.
This buck trout is bound to be a shark like the rest.
If this man really does get hold of Mother, she'll come to us to release her from his clutches. We'll just have to wait and hope.
You would want the house on a yearly tenancy?
If you think that would be best.
Well, it would scarcely be worth your while to take it on more than a yearly tenancy.
That would suit me very well.
Ah, then, Lady Slane, I shall look forward to agreeable afternoons at tea time when I may set before you, as a lady of understanding, my little proofs of the imminent end of the world.
I'm sure that will be very enlightening. Meanwhile, there are
there's plaster to be renewed, walls to be painted, ceilings to be restored, woodwork to be replaced, the tedious details of everyday existence. May I make a suggestion?
Please do.
I know a craftsman well acquainted with every aspect of the building trade and not too expensive, who is also, how shall I say, sufficiently advanced in years to be acceptable company. Mr. Cocheron.
And you and he could arrange matters?
Yes, we shall choose painters and plumbers and carpenters and upholsterers, and you shall make regular tours of inspection.
Thank you, Mr. Bucktrout. Indeed, Jeannot and I will be frequent callers.
Nothing but a load of worthless junk.
Just because you fail to see the beauty of precision.
There's more precision in Leonardo's drawing of a single finger than in your whole collection of bits of brass.
I don't deny Leonardo's greatness. I just happen to enjoy it.
You've got the mind of a mechanic, Holland. Pity you're not more like your mother. She had the soul of an artist.
My mother? How do you know?
Well, after all said and done, I saw you in your cradle. Calcutta, 1874.
You never told me.
Well, I did. She was most gracious, most charming. Of course, she was young then. Young and very lovely. I remember thinking that she was the most lovely thing I'd seen in India.
She's proposing to settle in Hampstead, of all places.
Hampstead? What's the matter with Hampstead?
Well, nothing, as far as I'm concerned. It's upset my brothers and sisters, I can tell you.
Ah, well, you let me know when she's settled.
Yes, if you like.
And you fill your house with things like that? Why don't you collect umbrellas? At least they serve some practical purpose.
Do you not find, as you grow older, Lady Slane, that one relies more and more on the society of one's contemporaries?
I was trying to explain that very point to my children only the other day.
The young are so tiring, so unsettling, are they not? Nowadays, I can scarcely endure the company of anybody under 70. The young compel one to look forward to a life full of effort. The old permit one to look back on a life whose effort is done with. That is reposeful.
Reposeful, indeed.
Repose, Lady Slane, is one of the most important things in life, yet how few achieve it, how few indeed even desire it. The old, at least, have it imposed upon them. They're either infirm or weary, but half of them still sigh for the energy which once was theirs. It's such a mistake.
That is one mistake, at any rate, of which I am not guilty.
No? Then we're agreed on at least one of the major subjects. But isn't it terrible to be 20? It's as bad as being faced with riding over the Grand National course.
Well, Mr. Bucktrout, you forget that when one was young, one enjoyed living dangerously. One desired it. It didn't appall one in the least.
True, true. I was a hussar when I was young. My greatest pleasure was pig-sticking. I promised you that I scaled the highest peak of feeling whenever I saw a fine pair of tusks coming at me. I've several pairs mounted in my house that I should be pleased to show you. But I had no ambition, you see, no military ambition. I never had the slightest wish to command my regiment, so I resigned my commission.
Ambition was never something that exercised me.
You know, what I've learned, Lady Slane, is that the pleasures of activity are easily outweighed by the pleasures of contemplation. Would you agree with that?
And how will she cope with the move? You know, Mother, she's always been surrounded by people who tell her what to do. You do as they're told. But now...
Excuse me, my lord. The telephone. Lady Edith.
She probably got off at the wrong stop and is now in Battersea or some such place.
Jenny, it's some fresh muffin. I might as well, if you will excuse me for a moment.
If you want an example of how impractical Mother can be, one need look no further than the jury.
Lavinia and I feel exactly the same. Of course, we wouldn't have said anything about it at the time, but hand over £5,000, perhaps £7,000 worth without even considering anybody else.
Hopeless. Of course, I'm not thinking of myself, but one would have thought she might have offered Lavinia something.
And to you, Carrie, of course.
And Edith. She at least could have had a brooch as father's daughter.
Mother simply doesn't think of such things. In practical matters, I'm afraid she's a simpleton.
The only subject we have not discussed is the matter of the rent.
The rent? Oh, the rent.
No, we should, I think, be businesslike. Now, what rent would you require?
Well, Lady Slane, I counter your inquiry. What rent would you be willing to pay?
That is a charming way of putting it, if a rather peculiar way of doing business.
Well, we may do business any way we please. Haven't we earned the right?
I think we have.
Very well, then.
Except that you have not answered my question.
Ah, your pardon, Lady Slane, but you haven't yet answered mine.
Well, if I were to suggest, say, 350 guineas a year.
That's far too much. 150 guineas would be more than adequate.
Come. Now, that is too little.
No, I assure you.
I may not be much of a mathematician, but surely a figure somewhere between the two. Say 250 guineas.
If such a figure suits you.
If you are sure it is not too little.
I'm satisfied if you are.
I am very satisfied, Mr. Bucktrout.
Then, dear lady, the house is yours.
Not long to wait as All Passion Spent continues next on BBC 4.